messaged me and said that you're finding it quite hard to get motivated to do home practice, and home practice takes loads of practice to actually get into the rhythm of doing it and to feel confident on your mat without a teacher there. So I just thought that for a little Easter bonus, I would actually just do a really quick, like 15-20 minute flow to encourage you to get onto your mat when you're not really feeling like doing yoga. So as you can see, I'm just wearing the clothes I've been wearing in the garden. So this is designed for you to just find a space in your home, maybe even the garden, doesn't matter what you're wearing, pajamas are amazing, and just a chance to start practicing dropping into our flow and using our body and warming up our body at any part of the day, because this is yoga and that's what yoga is all about. It's not necessarily an hour's class, but it's just dropping into your body and your movement so that you can find that time for yourself in your day, even if it's just 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to start standing. Jump straight into it. So we'll find our mountain pose. Our feet are about hip width apart. Bring the palms of your hands to face outwards. And just roll your shoulders up towards your ears. And then let them drop down. Again, rolling up. Try and create a bit of a circle as you're moving. So as you're rolling up, you're coming forwards. And as you're exhaling, you're dropping your shoulders down, encouraging that downward motion of the shoulder blades. And then find some stillness, just let your arms hang heavy and see if you can find that connection of your feet to the earth in a way that allows you a moment to visualize roots growing down from all of your foot, any part of your foot, all of the parts of your foot, right down into the earth, so that you feel really rooted and strong and stable in your footing. And then whilst you're keeping that strength, that connection to the earth, see if you can just draw your attention right up from the feet, up the legs, drawing the legs upwards, up through the middle, through the trunk of your body, lifting up through the spine, all the way up the neck, growing as long as you can in the neck, and then finally pulling the very top of your head up towards the sky. And feel that real energy lift of the body up towards this bright sunny sky that we have at the moment. And then we'll draw our arms up, big breath up. See if you can find that length that you just found in your body with your arms up. So you're stretching with your inhale breath. Then exhale, dive all the way back down. And just rock from side to side. Start noticing how the spine feels. Keep that bend in your knees so your legs are just gently warming up. Then roll yourself up into your halfway lift. Keep rolling those shoulders just the same as when we were standing. And then find stillness here. Get really long in that neck, gazing down to the mat. And then place your hands and step it back out into your plank. So keep in your high plank or drop your knees if you need to. Find that same connection you found with your feet with your hands. So you've got strength running all the way up your arms. Then we're going to lower straight down to the mat. Coming into a nice easy back bend, shoulders away from the ears, strong in the legs. Then roll yourself back, tuck your toes, push back to your downward facing dog. Take 3 nice strong breaths here and just move as you breathe. See if you can actually breathe as loudly as you can. You're at home, no one can hear you, but really let all of the breath out with your exhale. Carrying on moving into the body any way that feels good. Then we'll we'll look forwards and we'll step to the top of your mat. Come into your halfway lift, any version. Then exhale, fold back down. You can keep that movement. So every pose that we're doing, we're just bringing a little bit of our own movement into it. Just allowing the body to feel a flow of energy. Nothing's perfect, nothing matters exactly what it looks like. It's all just about bringing some movement into the spine, into the muscles and joints. And then coming all the way up, reaching right up again. Big full breath in. Exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. Take another breath in. Big breath out. Notice how you feel after one round, just one simple round of sun salutations. Maybe that's enough for you. Maybe that's what you're aimed to do each morning. But for now, we're just going to go again. Bringing those arms up again, reaching up as high as you can. Exhale, diving down. Rolling up into your halfway lift. Then placing those hands, stepping it back out into your plank. Get really strong. See if you can stay here for a moment longer this time. Pushing your hands into the mat, doming your shoulder blades. Then lowering yourself down. Coming into a slightly more active back bend. So draw your belly in towards your spine. Strong in those legs. Then roll back. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Then bring your right foot up to the sky. So point your toes as much as you can. Root your left heel down towards the earth. Then stack your hips on top of one another by bending your knee, reaching your knee up towards the sky. And then lowering that foot back down. Then we'll do the same on the other side. So lifting your left leg up high. Right heel roots down towards the earth. Try and keep your hands evenly balanced. Then stack your hips on top of each other. Knee comes as high as it can. Then place that foot back down. Take another breath. Then bring your right leg back up to the sky, nice and high again, and step it between your hands. Keep your back leg lifted and just sweep your right arm up to the sky. You can keep moving, you can bring circles into that arm if that feels good, or if you just want to reach up and find some stillness, then play with that. We're just playing with what positions feel like in our body, making our practice our own. And then place that hand back down, and we're just going to really gently and easily drop that back knee down and work our right knee into a pigeon pose. So you might need to shuffle around a little bit, draw that foot in towards the body a little bit more. This knee might come out a bit wider. And then you just gaze back and check that your back leg is straight, ankle, knee, hip, all in one line. And then take your time to lower down. So maybe you're coming onto your elbows. Maybe this feels absolutely fine to just be supported here. Maybe you want to come all the way down. You might, the dog's using my cushion, but you might just grab a cushion and hug that under your chest. Then after a couple of breaths, come back up onto your hands. And maybe you play with reaching that foot back, maybe grabbing hold of it with your hand and just giving that quad a little bit of a stretch. Just easy movement, playing with that position. Then let go. Push your hands into the mat. Push all the way back to your downward facing dog. Now again, bringing your own movement. Maybe pedal your feet from one side to the other. Just noticing how that feels in the body. Creating this practice of recognizing the effects on our physical body. Then root that right heel down to the earth, lift your left heel back up towards the sky, and step that between your hands. Keep that right hand rooted down into the earth, and then lift your left arm up. Again, bring some movement in if that feels good. Maybe you're working into that shoulder a little bit. Maybe you just want to reach back or up. Just play with any of these positions. Then place your hand back down and slowly waddle that foot to the side and let the knee fall down to the wrist. So we're gently moving into our hip stretch. If it feels awkward or uncomfortable on the knee, just take it back a step, come out of the pose. We're listening to our own bodies and we're just going with what feels good. It's only a short practice, short chance to check in with how our bodies are feeling. So see how I'm just sort of bringing some movement into the hips, working them down towards the earth in a way that feels comfortable in my body. Slowing the breath down. Checking back into that audible breath, so noticing the sound of the exhale. Being sure to notice any tension building in the jaw and the face. Then slowly coming back out again. So you just let the weight come onto your left hip and slowly bring the weight into your hands, tuck your back toe and make your way back to your downward facing dog. Again, just pedaling your feet, enjoying this final down dog of your practice. Then look forward, step both feet up to the top of your mat, come down into a seated position. Bring your arms out in front of you and just start to lift your feet up and back down, just for a little bit of core engagement, and then we're going to lower ourselves down onto our backs. Let the soles of your feet come together, your knees come out to the sides, and just gently bring your hands to your belly, one to your heart and one to your belly. And just settle the spine on the mat. Just noticing how the heartbeat feels, how the breath brings that movement, that gentle rhythm into the belly. Then work your knees gently back towards one another and just rock them from side to side. Gently easing that lower back. And then finally, we're just going to hug our knees into our chest. Give yourselves a big hug. And then open back out into a final corpse pose, just for 3 breaths. And then whenever you're ready, just gently come back up. And there you have it, a really quick, easy, gentle practice, but just an opportunity for you to start feeling into your body, bringing your own movements, and maybe now pause the video and go and do a little bit more if you notice that a particular part of your body needed more attention. or maybe you just press play and then do your own thing throughout the whole video. That's completely fine as well. Maybe you want to do a little bit of extra core work or some fun inversion stuff. So I know a few of you are working on headstands and handstands during this isolation period, so feel free to have a go with that. But hopefully this just gets you on your mat. You can repeat the video as much as you need, and I will do a little series of a few more of these short ones so that you have a bit of variation. So happy Easter, everyone!